How are you? Schmoobly here to help you relax. I hope that you are doing very well today, my friend. I'm just going to make another relaxing video for you, and I hope the cold wintry days will be warmed up with this video of mine, and you deserve it. Okay, so how have you been? I really hope you've been well. It's hard to get through the winter and stuff, no reason. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Oh, you didn't ask. You didn't think I was a fish? Oh. Okay. But I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. There's no way I'm a fish. If I was a fish, would I be on land? No, I don't think so. So, we can agree that I'm most likely not a fish. Yes, you agree. You never question. Okay. Good. Cause I'm not a fish. Just between you and me, okay? I'm not a fish. 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 Just so you know. And maybe one day I could become one. No, never. I'm never a fish. I've never been a fish. And I will never be a fish. Fish. I will never be a fish. I've never been a fish. So, how are you enjoying the wintry times? Playing in the snow? Yeah, the snow is very cold. Cold water. A bit too cold for me. But I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Please. Know that I like snow, yeah. I made snow friend. We could go and make a snow friend together. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, I bet it would be fun. I bet it would be so fun. Yeah. It would be so fun. You, me, and snow. Yeah. And we could take off. We could just take our minds off any idea of me being a fish. Because yeah, I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. No. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Wait. Hey. I need to tell you something. I am not a fish. I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. So, how are we gonna do this? we can make snow people, and we can have fun. Do you want to light a fire? Oh, we should totally do that sometime. Light a fire together. Yeah, it'd be nice and cozy. Nice and cozy, but never ever get too close to the fire, because it might dry you out. Yeah, you get like dry lips too in winter and stuff, yeah, especially when you're close to a fire. Yeah, it's a very human thing to do. It's a very human thing for humans. It's very human to get dried out when you're close to fires. You get dried out, your skin gets dry, and your gills get your lungs get like dry, and you might start coughing and stuff like that. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Yeah, it's good. Good that we're on the same page. It's good that we're on the same page. And yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. And I have to say, I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Do you like animals? Do you have pets? Like fish? Fish. I don't have fish. I don't have fish. I have a turtle friend and a cat friend. Oh, I should show you my turtles sometime. They're a good friend of mine. Not because I'm a fish. You can be friends with turtles without being a fish. I mean, if you were a turtle. But I'm not a turtle either. I'm a human. I'm a human. Human. Just like you. Human. Yeah. Fish. I'm not a 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 fish. Yeah. What do you like to do in winter? Oh, you like to wear cozy clothes? Yeah. I just got this hat. What do you think? It has a little flower on it. I'm trying to trace the flower, but I can't see it, so I just have to zoom. Well, I'm not a fish. Yeah, I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Yes. Good that we got that established, but are you sure I'm not a fish? Yeah, okay. You know, I'm not a fish. Yeah, 100% sure I'm not a fish. Yes, good. I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. Getting a little thirsty. Just don't mind me. How are you? It's so nice to finally meet you again and see you again, and I'm feeling a lot better. I think maybe we can hang out more. Definitely will be hanging out more with my best bud, and we can do human things. Or maybe drawing together. Fish can't draw, and I can draw. I have hands. Look, I have hands. I have hands, so I can draw. Not like a fish. Fish can't draw. Fish can't draw. Fish can swim. I mean, and I can't swim, so I can't be a fish. No, I'm human. I can't swim because I'm a human. Oh, you can swim? Oh, you're a human that gets. Oh, human can swim too. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Of course. Yeah. But I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. That's not what I am. I am a lot of things. I'm cool. I'm a fool, and I like beans. Wait, that isn't something I am. But I like beans. Fish don't like beans. Do fish like beans? I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. Look, I can spell. That means I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. That's how you write it. Yes. Don't look back in your memory to see if that's right. Just trust me. That was right. That's how you spell I'm not a fish. So what do you do when you're out for a swim? I mean, I walk. Like, what do you think about? Yeah, what kind of exercise do you do? I love running, and yeah, I don't do swimming much. No, I don't do swimming. I don't know how to swim. I'm not a fish. I am not a fish. So I run a lot and I do push-ups because I have arms, and I've got legs. So I do not swim. I run and I walk with my legs. I have walking legs and I have arms. I can do push-ups, I can do pull-ups, I can do squeeze togethers, I can do swirls, cartwheels. Yeah, I'm very good at all of those because I have arms, and I've had arms for a very long time because I've always been human and not a fish. I've never been a fish. So I'm very used to my arms and my legs. I'm not a fish. It's good that we are on the same page here. Okay, I'm not a fish. I don't do fish things. I'm not a fish. Sorry, I got a little thirsty. So it's a nice day, don't you think? Oh, it's the middle of the night. That's right. And you need to sleep. Yeah, I should help you sleep. Don't worry, little one. You deserve some good old sleep. Yes. I'm not a fish. You deserve some good old sleep. Yes. You know, I've always been so proud of you. You do such amazing things with your life. And I've always looked up to you. Not because I'm a fish, not because I'm a fish, not because I'm a fish, but because I think you're just a great human, like a great being. Yeah, with your arms and your legs, you get out of bed every day, almost every day, and that's good. That's good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for getting out of bed mostly every day, and that's something to be proud of. That's something to be proud of. That's something to be proud of. I'm very proud of you, and you deserve to be nice and relaxed, nice and cozy, nice and relaxed. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Because you are a nice human being, just like me, who is not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Fish, 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 fish. You deserve to be nice and relaxed. And I'm always so proud of you for being such an amazing human. You deserve nice, cozy things. And I brought you some good food. Oh wait, this is all fish food. I didn't bring any food, but I have a pillow for you and a blanket. Here's a blanket. I'm gonna put this blanket on you. Let's tuck it in. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Let's tuck it in. Let's make sure it's all cozy and you're nice and warm and you can sleep well. Because you deserve to feel nice and relaxed. So just relax, just like you would do in the deep blue. I'm not a fish. Or as you would do in a nice home, nice in a deep cave in a home, nice and cozy. I'm not a fish. 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 And remember that I am not a fish. It's nice to know that you are nice and cozy now, and that I am not a fish. I'm 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 not a fish. Nice and cozy here in this human house. Human house. Human house. And so maybe I should tell a bedtime story. There was once a soldier and a horse and a fish. No, not a fish, not a fish. A bird. And they went out on an adventure. And there they went out into the castle of the seven seas. And there they went to defeat the dragon that had taken over the kingdom. And they walked and walked. And the knight said, Bird, what magical powers may you hold in your beak? And the bird said, I have the power of making magical bubbles, and the bubbles will protect you against all evil. And the knight asked the horse, Horse, oh trusty horse, what can you bring to the table when it comes to defeating the dragon? And the horse said, I can gallop, and run as fast as the wind, and no dragon can catch up to me. And with that the knight said, and I will bring my prowess in fighting, and I will raise my sword against the dragon. And then he rode into the castle to face the dragon, and the dragon shot a hot fire, but the bird used the magical bubbles to protect the knight, and so he survived that fire, that slew of fire. And then the horse dodged the big claws of the dragon until they swerved in and attacked the dragon's heart. The knight raised his sword and swung it and stabbed it through the heart of the dragon, and he said the magical words of the kingdom, blub 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 blub. And I said, thou shalt be defeated like a human. I'm not a fish. And then he's defeated and saved the whole ocean, the whole kingdom, the whole land of Earthia. Yes. Do you like my story? I hope that helped you fall a little bit more asleep. A little bit blah blah blah. A little bit more asleep. I'm not a fish. 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 Repeat after me. You are not a fish. You are not a fish. You are not a fish. Fish, 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 fish. Okay, good. Water area. Always nice. I'm not a fish. Okay. Blah blah blah. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I'm not a fish. So I hope you're feeling a lot more relaxed now that you have heard the story and everything. You should feel light and sleepy, as a good human deserves. Light and sleepy. It's nice to see you be nice and relaxed. So sweet. Such a sweet smile on your face, and such nice, relaxed eyes. You have this slight smile when you're happy and relaxed, even though your face is all relaxed. It's just a slight little hint of joy and happiness. And I'm so happy to see that every time I'm with you. See it with my two front-facing eyes. 'Cause I'm not a fish. 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 I am not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Yes, I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm so happy to be not a fish with you, my not a fish friend. I'm so happy to be not a fish. We can be not fishes together. None of us need to be fish. Blah, 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 blah. Fish. I'm not a fish. Not a fish. I'm 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 not a fish. So how are you? Are you sleepy now? Can I leave you for bed? I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. Yeah. What's that? Oh, you start maybe thinking that I'm a fish. No, I'm not a fish. 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 And it's time for you to not be a fish and go to bed. Not a fish. 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 Go to bed now. Go to bed now. Go to bed now. I'm gonna... Oh, do you want some water? Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh my god. You're a fish. Good night,